Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Lizzie Burden with Stephen Carroll, and we're joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Louise, you're having a very French Friday. I want to start with L'Oreal. Investors deciding its stock isn't worth it.
It's not. It seems shares were down at one point this morning over 6% in Paris for L'Oreal. That's after their fourth quarter results. Sales were up, but they missed estimates, so they came in weaker than expected. And the thing that's really being focused on is their luxury division, which is suffering. So they own the likes of Lancôme, Yves Saint Laurent, and other luxury brands. They're seeing a lot of weakness there, particularly to do with China, the Chinese consumer spending there being a lot weaker for L'Oreal. If you look at Europe and America, the sales there topped estimates, so China's really standing out as the weaker point. So there's kind of already changing habits. There's already the changing habits in terms of spending, and then analysts are also noting that there's also, on top of that, rising competition from Asia, in particular Korean and Chinese brands, beauty brands in particular. So that could also pose an added threat as well, or already posing a threat. And then back to Europe, they are saying that they're still cautious about European demand for the year ahead. So even though Europe's, one of the stronger regions at the moment, there could still be some rockiness ahead. But yeah, at the moment, weakness in luxury, particularly in China, weighing on L'Oreal.
Okay, and staying in France, as Lizzie mentioned, we're going to turn to the tech sector, and Capgemini results out. This is an interesting one because they're on sort of one side of the AI is good, AI is bad story that we've been telling everywhere else.
Indeed, yeah. So if you look back at their share price, so over the past year, it's down about 30%. So not performing that well. And part of that more recently, it's been embroiled in that kind of wider software sell-off to do with AI, to do with fears over these companies being vulnerable to the boom in AI innovation. And then Capgemini specifically has also suffered slightly in terms of customers spending less. There's more tariff uncertainty, high interest rates, wide economic slowdown. So it's had a bit of a double headwind over the past year. They had their fourth quarter results this morning, and sales growth actually beat estimates. And people are, well, I said people, analysts are noting that it signifies that AI-related bookings are kind of boosting that. So it's seeing a bit of benefit coming through. They also had some interesting comments from the CEO saying that they're clearly pivoting to facilitating AI adoption. That's really the focus. So they're really making that clear that is the focus going forward. They say that's going to fuel sales this year, drive growth. So yeah, analysts are noting, momentum ahead looks quite positive for revenues. It's showing how it plans to execute the story around AI, and so shares are reacting positively to that. They jumped in morning trading. And finally, Louise, Safran giving its earnings targets an upgrade. Yeah, shares are rising on the back of this. So Safran, the French aerospace company, a nice French trio actually today. So they've improved their 2026 guidance, and they've also upgraded 2028 targets. They say they're accelerating, preparing technology for next generation aircraft, and they say the strength of those units, so their civil engines and defence segments, that they cater both to commercial and to military. They say the strength of that should help offset the impact from tariffs, as well as a drag from certain taxes as well. So this is really being welcome. So shares up 8%, soared to a record high. If you look back, they've kind of been soaring really since 2022 on the back of the whole wider defence story. But up even more today, as I say, to a record high.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.